Burning bars or oxygen lamps are a powerful tool to cut thick materials. In order to cut through extremely thick, high-carbon steel plates, piercing them with a burning torch is often the first step of the process. This is done with a device called a burning bar or an oxygen lance. The burning bar is essentially a large, hollow rod filled with alloyed wire that works as fuel. The end of the rod is placed against the steel plate that needs to be cut, and then the oxygen is turned on. The oxygen reacts with the alloyed wire fuel, creating an exothermic chemical reaction. The resultant firing flame of this reaction has a temperature of 7,400 degrees Fahrenheit, much higher than an oxyfuel flame of around 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Burning bar or oxygen lamps can be used for cutting ferrous and non-ferrous metals as well as concrete. Once the burning bar has melted through the top layer of steel, it can be used to guide a cutting torch along the path that needs to be cut. This process can be used to cut through several feet of steel in just a few minutes. What are the uses of a burning bar? A burning bar or oxygen lance is a tool that is used to cut through metal, especially heavy thickness as well as concrete. The burning bar uses oxygen to create a powerful jet of flame that can cut through even the thickest metal. The burning bar can be used to cut through metal that is too thick to be cut with a torch. The oxygen lance is also useful for cutting holes in metals. How do you use a burning bar? The burning bar is a cutting torch that uses oxygen to create a very hot flame. The heat from the burning bar can cut through metal quickly and easily. To use the burning bar, first turn on the oxygen and then light the torch. Hold the torch near the metal you want to cut and start moving it back and forth. The heat from the flame will quickly start to cut through the metal. You can use the burning bar to cut through thick pieces of metal or cut refractory, gouging ferrous and non-ferrous metals, cutting of concrete, cutting scraps and tap hole opening. Just be careful not to overheat the metal, which can cause it to warp or break. What is oxygen lance or thermal lance? An oxygen lance is a steel pipe filled with alloyed steel wires as fuel that is used to cut through thick pieces of metal. The lance is inserted into the holder and the oxygen is supplied through the tube, followed by heating the end with an oxyfuel torch. This results in immediate and rapid burning of alloyed wires, creating intense heat flame. How does an oxygen lance cutting process works? Oxygen lance cutting is a process that uses oxygen to cut through metal. A burning bar is inserted into the holder, and oxygen is passed through the bar. The oxygen reacts with the metal inside the bar, causing it to burn. The burning bar is then directed to the material to be cut. The oxygen lance cutting process can be used to cut through thick pieces of metal. It is a fast and efficient way to cut metal, and it produces less smoke or fumes. What are the oxygen lances are made of? Oxygen lances are made of alloyed steel wires, high iron, sometimes mixed with aluminum wires to increase efficiency, and they vary in diameter from 1/2 inch to 1 inch. The length of the oxygen lance also varies, usually 3 to 4 meter long. What is the temperature in an oxygen lance? Oxygen lance or burning bars has a temperature of 7,400 degrees Fahrenheit during cutting.